Hi everyone, how are you doing, guys? Are you hamstering before the Christmas, or are you just like going, oh, do you know what? Christmas were before and we survived and we are just going to get along? Or are you the ones like me who are like, yeah, Christmas, little lights? And I'm getting really excited about Christmas, guys. I'm one of these people who will never get over it. It's just, I love doing Christmas, and this whole festive season is just actually quite important to me spiritually. And I don't know, I recharge all the lights, all the beauty, all the connections, all the people I love. It's just wonderful to be together. Anyway, today I am very excited for another reason as well, because my friend Susanna, my fellow coach Zuzka, is also joining me in a little moment, and we are going to be talking. I'm just looking for you, Susie. I'm sure you're adding any moment soon coming in. We are going to be talking about New Year resolutions. And before you go, bleh, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to hear about it because I've done it millions of times and it didn't work. Well, bear with us, because we are going to be talking about from a little bit different perspective, and we are going to give you some figures and some facts, as well as our shares and experiences with our clients maybe as well. So all of that is here to come in a little moment. In the meantime, Zuzka is joining me, and I'm so excited because after a little while we are able to be streaming together again. So while we are waiting for Susanna, I just want to ask you guys, where are you stand with New Year's resolutions? Zuzi, ahoy!
Hello, can you see me?
Yes, yeah, no.
No.
Sorry, I said yes, but it was wishful thinking. We can't
Yeah,
see you, but we can hear you.
exactly. So let's.
Now you dropped off, Zuzi. If you can hear us, never mind. We try again. Yeah, Zuzka is watching. I'm sure she's coming again. So my question is, where do you stand with New Year's resolutions? Give me number one in the comments if you do them. You do them pretty much every year. Give me number two if you don't bother anymore. And give me number three, you do them every year, but they never work for you. And give me number four, I hope I'm not making this complicated. Give me number four if you do them, but they never work. Okay? So, or just let us know, or just write in the comments, I do New Year's resolutions because it works for me, or I don't do them because I always fail, or whatever your story is. I want to hear about that. In a moment, Susanna and I, we will be sharing a little bit about how it works or doesn't work for us, and why yes and why not. In the meantime, I'm greeting all of you who are joining us. And if you want to let us know where you are joining us from, if you're joining live, live it is if you are somewhere where it's Friday and let's say 12 o'clock UK time. And yes, we have another Christmas clover joining us.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Susie. Little inside message. Zuzka inspired me to put this on, and I changed just before this streaming because don't we look beautiful?
Christmas is coming, isn't it? It's just around the corner, so yeah, why not?
Why not? I'm so happy you are here. You can hear us clearly, guys. Let us thumbs up or send us a little heart. We will be very grateful. But I think we are good.
Yes, so far so good. Let's hope it stays this way.
Let's hope it stays this way. So let's get rolling. I already passed the question on to our audience. So guys, again, yes, number one, or do you know what? Let us just know, how are you with New Year's resolutions? Do you do them? You don't do them? And if you do them, do they work?
Yeah.
And maybe give us a success story about, like, what helps you,
how you do them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, let's share. We are going to be sharing with Susanna as well, and we've got lots to give you during the streaming. But we also want to hear from you, like how is it for you, and if you don't succeed, why do you think is that? You know, I want to know that as well. So Susie, how? I mean, let's introduce just briefly ourselves. Shall we do that, and then we
Yeah, yeah.
keep on cracking? So go for it, Suska.
So I'm Susanna Taylor. I live in London. I am a transformational business coach. I help women to be successful and achieve and build their business in a way that is aligned with them, that is authentic to them, and that is true to them, so that they feel that their success is their own success and they can achieve it. So for me, it is about goals, about mindset, and about being really true to yourself and what you can achieve, and do actually achieve it. So this is very exciting for me, this life, because it's all about goals, it's all about mindset, it's all about how we do that to fulfill our wishes and be who we want to be and achieve our full potential.
Yes. And I love how you do things, because there's a lot of business coaches out there, and you and I, we throughout the years we went through a lot of that, right? But a
Yeah.
lot of them are like very oriented business only, and I never believed in that. I never believed that when yes, you need to focus on something by all means if you want to achieve something, but if you forget about on this journey about spending time with your family, if you forget about, if you drop, you know, taking care of yourself because you're overworking to get your business started, or, you know, if you drop one of these areas, you might achieve your success, you might, but it's not going to be sustainable, and for sure it's not going to bring you the true happiness and fulfillment, and to your clients as well.
And also having children changes everything, doesn't it? Because when before you know, you can focus on that success. It's really, you can be success driven and just go for that goal and achieve it, and yes, it's fulfilling and it's nice. But once you have children and your values are your children and your family and that kind of happiness, then it changes everything, doesn't it? So,
and I love the fact that you work with a lot of women who are already moms, and you know, that's fantastic, because it's important that women are who are mothers are predominantly, I think most of us agree that predominantly we are thinking of ourselves as moms once we have a children, but we are not just that. We also want to fulfill ourselves, you know, in other roles which are equally important, actually, as a human beings, as a people who want to bring the value into this world, and so on and so on. So I love what you do, and please keep on doing it.
Thank you. Tell us, what do you do?
Susie, I was just posting recently a little post, and I was counting, and it's been almost 2 decades. It's been almost 20 years I've been working as a coach, and predominantly with women. Last 4 years it's been a lot with fertility, but in general, you know, when I look back on my coaching years, I predominantly work and guide women. I'm just like guide. I'm a good guide, hopefully. Who work in area of relationships, because that's what it is really about. But one thing we really have in common, that I also, same as you, believe that, you know, whether your goal is to have a baby, or whether your goal is to find a purpose in life, or your goal is to, and we will be talking about all of that today, whether your goal is to lose the weight or whatever it is, you know, it's so important that we do it of, you know, being connected, authentic with ourselves. And also my big thing, and I do that myself and with my family all the time, it's an ongoing process, by the way, is, you know, creating this like harmony and co-creating the harmony in your life, because it's ever changing process. It's, you know, just when we get to the, and let me know guys if I'm not alone with this, did you ever had that moment in your life when you just got to the stage that, you know what, I think I've got it handled now, things are going quite
I've got
smooth.
it now.
I've got it now. Yeah. you got it, right?
Yeah.
And suddenly, like, something happens. You know, like family member dies, or it doesn't even have to be so big. Like everybody
Yeah.
gets sick, or
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? You know, like
Yeah.
you just get into that exercise routine and you got it handled and your legs are getting stronger. I actually experienced that recently. And then 2 weeks ago, bang, everybody's sick, temperatures like 40, all of us. I haven't been able to exercise for a week now, but it's okay. I'm on a mend now and I'm so happy I can be here with you. But you know what I mean? Let me know if anybody's got this, yeah? Because this is life. So anyway, my name is Lucia
Yeah,
Hoxha.
absolutely. And
And
it's about those whatever resolutions or goals we set to ourselves, whether it's to be healthier or exercise more or lose weight or whatever it is. Let us know, guys, what
yeah,
it's going to be for you. But it's a long-term goal. It's not going to be, we won't be able to achieve it straight away in the new year, in first month. And life happens, things get into our way, and it's about, like you said, creating the harmony and being flexible and agile, and stick to stay on the journey, stay on the path. But how do you do that? That's the thing. How do you do that? We're going to talk about that, right?
yeah.
As
I
well.
was just about to say, like, I even forgot to say my name. But anyway, most of you know
Yes.
me, but my name is Lucia Hoxha and I'm a fertility and relationship mindset coach. It was kind of like, but I felt like we are flowing, Susie. We are flowing.
Exactly.
So
We just started talking about the goals, about the resolutions.
just for those of you, in case I didn't complete my sentence, I wanted to complete it. You know, Susie, I want to ask you about so many things as well on this streaming and how it is for you with New Year's resolutions. And we are going to be sharing, and hopefully guys will join us in this share. I just want to, before we start, give you some interesting facts, because I like to drop a little bit of figures as well, because I was researching this and I wrote some article and I think it's a little bit fascinating. So here it is. I'm going to read it for you guys. So, I know a lot of people, and I'm going to do this because a lot of people are a little bit resigned about New Year's resolutions. And at least me, in my past years, I heard from a lot of people saying, I don't do them anymore, they never work.
Yeah.
So I was curious and I done a little bit of research. And they say that in one study, they found that only around 12% people who actually make the New Year's resolutions felt, and remember, this is subjective feeling, right? But I tell you a little bit more about it. But only about 12% of people who make New Year's resolutions felt that they were actually successful in achieving their goals. Another research in 2020 found in the group of people who've been actually selecting their goals wisely, and according to a little bit more of what we will be talking about, that 55% of participants considered themselves successful with a year later. So I'm not talking about March, I'm talking about a year later, which is quite substantial amount of time, which I consider as a, maybe even lifestyle change, I would dare to say. And let's talk about it, and then I give you another few facts maybe later on.
Yeah.
So how
it's positive. It's positive.
It's positive.
It's positive. I mean, you already mentioned, depending on the resolution or depending on the goal that you have. So a resolution is something, I looked into it as well, and resolution is a decision to do or not to do something. So everything starts with that resolution. It's an intention to change our life, to do better thing. It's a good intention for us, because, for example, I'll just say example, for example, lose weight. But we want to, we have New Year resolution, I want to lose weight. It's an intention, and it's a decision to do something. but it has to come with a plan and a goal.
Susie,
And
keep on talking. I'm just going to grab a charger, okay?
of course,
Realize.
and it's a long-term thing. So really, you already mentioned that it's a behavior, it's a lifestyle change. So if we want to lose weight, it's going to be a long-term thing. So really think about it, and not just wait for okay, after the new year I'm going to start losing weight. But it doesn't just happen like that, if you know what I mean. Let me know, guys, whether you are on with me on this. So it's got to be something more and deeper than that. Doing that requires changing in behavior, changing in the lifestyle, changing in our habits, what we do every day, and really look at it from that perspective, you know, like what do I eat? What is my day like? What are my shopping habits? What do I buy? Because we are creatures of habits. We like habits, and to create a habit takes a long time. You know, we create habits, we create behavior patterns that we then repeat and repeat and repeat, and then it takes, if we want to change that, and if our resolution requires that, then it's something that we really need to sit and think about it and make a plan. What we're going to shop, how we're going to create our meals and things like that. Are we going to include exercise and things like that? So yes, it is more than that. It goes deeper, and that's why if we're not prepared and we're not thinking about it from like that, then of course the resolutions are not working, because, and it's understandable, because it can become overwhelming, or life carries on. We have to go to work, we have to do things that are, you know, and we just then think we're going to our own old ways, and the goal and our resolution is that's
Yeah,
basically.
it's just
So yeah.
I would say, like, just think about, and please don't, like, I'm saying this because it's important to have a compassion with yourself when you go through and when you create a New Year's resolution. It's very important to be, I say, realistic with yourself, because yes, we like to aim high, and you know, when we are in a good mood,
Yeah,
like,
and that's part of it. That's all part of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but you know, just think about it, like how long, whatever it is, you've been inside of the so-called bad habit. You know, you've been building it for years, maybe decades. So please be compassionate with yourself. I mean, yes, they say that, you know, it takes 28 days roughly, right, to I wouldn't say change, but to at least get on some kind of like into the new routine, whether it's exercise or anything, right? Scientists found that. So once you're like 28 days in, it starts becoming, there's a new patterns in your brain that are starting to kind of develop. But it's imagine it's like just this tiny little channel which is not dug down very deeply yet, you know. There's just little water flowing. Even after 28 days, when you start feeling a little bit like, I'm getting a grip of this, that's good, keep that confidence. But it's important to keep on digging. You know, the more you're doing it, the longer you're doing it, the more you're digging this new channel, this new neurological pathway in your brain that needs time, right? So by all means celebrate, but by all means keep on going. By saying that, I will also with the same breath say, and I want to really, and thank you, Sarah, for your hearts, by the way. Keep on letting us go. How is it for you guys? Because we are speaking. It's not, I mean, I want to hear your comments. But what I also want to say is that, guys, you will sleep, okay? You and I and Zuzka and the rest of the world, the great thing about us is that we are human beings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
So you and I and all of us, we will sleep. You will have that bloody chocolate the day your dog dies or whatever.
Mm.
You will, you will sleep. That's not the case. So be even, I wouldn't say call it in, but be even prepared for it. But be also prepared to forgive yourself, and just like your dog would when he was alive, shake yourself, and wake up next day and say, okay, that's fine. I don't have to do anything extra. All I need is just to do this little thing where I say, I love you, and go back on a horse and keep on going.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's normal, and it's life, isn't it? And one thing with resolutions and with being rigid like this is like we feel like we are depriving ourselves of something. So having a chocolate or something like that every now and then is not gonna suddenly pile on lots of kilos. It's fine, you can have that. Is to stick to it, and maybe remind yourself, have that kind of positive focus. Remind yourself, why am I doing this? What's the end result? And how you are already feeling like proud that you've done, for example, a few weeks in, and being proud of yourself, and seeing the differences, the changes in not just in the body, but in the mental attitude and the life in general, and really connect with how, rather than feeling like you're depriving yourself of something, of that chocolate. It's thinking, okay, well, it's fine, I like chocolate, I can have a small piece of chocolate, but why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why have I started this journey? Just connect yourself with that. Why have I started this journey? Being positive about it, and thinking about making, and also enjoy it. Like researching, and we're talking about weight, I don't know why, but researching healthy recipes, and go shopping and find nice pieces of fruit and vegetables, and what can I do with it? Or rather than depriving yourself of something, add more green things into your portion, like thinking about, oh, I'm on the diet, I can't eat this or that. Well, you can just fill your plate with more vegetables, or so it's like 50-50, and then is 60-40, and slowly, gradually, and you can have that chocolate. That's how I think. That's how I, being positive about it, and don't let yourself feel like, oh, you're taking away the joy and everything that comes, that you had, because we do like chocolate.
We do
like sweets.
I love chocolate.
Yeah.
And you know what I also like, and I love, and I adore, and I'm still, baby steps and work in progress, of course, but I love idea of conscious living. And I mean conscious eating, conscious making love, conscious waiting on a bus stop, conscious conversations, like those
mindful, isn't it? It's mindful, isn't it? Like
mindful,
conscious, mindful.
And
go on.
no, like while you've been on those numbers, Zuzi, you said, you reminded me, and I got really inspired by this, so I want to share it with you as well. Is that because ever since I was a child, guys, I was always all or nothing girl. And I remember my first memory of this was when I was about maybe 6-7 years old, and I had this little book where I was drawing the flags of different countries, and it was like lots of little details, and I was like, and I needed it to be perfect. And I have this memory that once I made a little mistake, like God forbid I put wrong, flag to the wrong country, I remember ripping the whole thing off and starting over again.
Mm.
And I don't know why it crossed my mind talking about New Year's resolutions, but I think it's very relevant because a lot of us, when we are doing New Year's resolutions, we are doing just this thing. It's like all or nothing.
Yeah.
And I have been so inspired by a concept. Marta loves it. Thank you, Marta. And I'm so glad because I think this is going to resonate with a lot of people. Zuzka is nodding as well.
Yes.
I love the concept 80-20. Let me know, guys, who heard of concept 80-20. 80-20 is this really great rule, and in terms of New Year's resolutions, this is wonderful, or any kind of lasting change, especially lifelong lasting change, and which we call transformation, like, because we really want to talk about change of lifestyle rather than getting to this weight, right? We want it to last. 80-20 rule is fantastic because I believe with this you can have that little bit of conscious chocolate and enjoy it like you never did before in your life, because it even tastes different when you don't have it every day.
You are
right?
creating a new lifestyle, absolutely.
And then,
right, it's not for a year, it's you creating a new lifestyle. Absolutely.
And it's something that you can look forward to, because guys, the truth is, when we leave ourselves at 20%, and okay, you can make it 10, you can make it 5, whatever you're comfortable with, but give yourself a little bit of leeway, give yourself a little bit of leverage, because if you go into New Year's resolutions with all or nothing, the girl I used to be, and I sometimes still have a tendency to do that, guys. I really need to just catch myself with that, because once you've been there, like, you have a tendency to go back to that pattern. That's a channel I've been talking about, right? It is so much more liberating, and it gives you freedom to breathe, and it gives you more chances to succeed, of course, as well, and make it and more importantly, making it something that brings you joy, that doesn't feel like if you feel suffocated because there is so much pressure because you have to that one last.
Exactly, I absolutely agree. And there are things, there are ways, like you said, there are ways that we can do that. For example, if you have that thing that you indulge yourself and you're like, okay, so link that with something else. So have that chocolate or whatever it is, cake, but then think about, okay, after that I'm going to go for a walk if I can, or I'm going to jump for 5 minutes or do something about it, so you're not sabotaging yourself and feeling bad and being in that bad energy of, oh, I had that cake, I shouldn't have done it because I'm on the diet, I want to lose weight. Link it with something that will help you, kind of neutralize those calories, if you like, burn those calories, and you feel good about yourself, and it gives you, good hormones when you're jumping, and you feel, oh wow, yes, I can do both, or if you want to do, so that's linking, or calling piggybacking. So you can have that thing, or you have the old habit, but you are linking it with the new habit, and it's kind of a transition. It's the new habit, the old habit is carrying the new habit, and eventually you will see you can always do both at the same time. We all know, like, okay, we like to for example, I don't know, I can say, if you want to watch your favorite program and it's your time to do your exercise, well, turn that program on and do your exercise at the same time, so kind of do both of those.
And it's great you said that, because you need to make it work for you.
Yes.
You need to make it work for you. Don't worry about magazines. I mean, it's nice sometimes, read a magazine and it's relaxing, but come on, guys. I mean, there is no yes, get inspired by whatever inspires you, but please don't feel rigid, don't feel into the rigidity of a lot of things that are being suggested, because at the end of the day, if it's not going to work for you, it's not going to work. And your life and your life is so unique and so specific to anybody else, you know.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
your everything, your background. And one other thing, God, like we have actually notes here, but I don't even know whether we're going to get that far, because we got so much to share with you, but this is perfect, right? What I want to also say, and I'm not going to talk about it much, but I want to mention it a little bit, because a lot of the habits, and I know it because I, of course, I'm working my talk not just with my clients but also on myself predominantly. A lot of the things that we are doing that are not that good for us, or not doing, or avoiding doing because they would be good for us, not because of that
Yes.
actually, but avoiding doing because of whatever reason.
Yes.
Yes, we are talking a lot of times about sabotage. We human beings, we are so clever with this. Like, we are masterful in sabotaging our own happiness. I know this sounds very weird. Maybe you can do separate life on this one. But yes, there is such a thing, as weird as it sounds, although we all say we want to be healthy, happy, smiley, and I don't know what, let's face it, it's so much easier to moan and to complain, if not out loud, at least to ourselves. Or, I mean, people who are not so happy, and there are also many times in this society much more likable. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, someone who is successful, like, I don't know if you had that, Zuzi, but a lot of times in my life it happened to me without, of course, people who don't know me as well as you, or some people who really know my background, and they say, oh, but it's so easy for you, you always look so pretty and you have it all handled, and you got a beautiful kids now, and it happened for but guys, like, it hasn't been an easy journey. There is so much work and struggle and tears and behind a lot of people who do what they do successfully, and it didn't happen like that. But what I wanted to say really is that sometimes we may be trying not to be happy because we are
The
worried that,
surroundings,
yes,
because our surroundings are not happy yet,
that
because it's external.
because it would
Yeah.
be too much of a, like there's so many people who are unhappy. Like, if I'm happy, they won't like me anymore. Imagine that.
Yes.
Like, they will ask me, how are you doing? And I'm like, wow, amazing. And they will be like, oh,
Yes.
he's either on drugs, or or she's lying, or she's a bitch who really have it handled. Sorry guys, but I'm being real with you. And the other sorry,
It's
I
true,
just
and it's about exactly, and it does come with in your surroundings and the energy around. So when you set a resolution or goal, and you have that kind of aim, that again, look at the surroundings. Are those people around you, or the surroundings are they going to support you in that goal? For example, if someone wants to stop drinking, or drink less, and everyone around them enjoys drinking, and it's hard to do that. So it's about the surrounding, and it's about, so being your own cheerleader is the first thing. Love yourself and being your own cheerleader. But it takes a lot when you are on your own.
Yeah.
So so being one of the main things is also accountability, so which comes with the surroundings. So talk to people about what you want to do, and look, I know, and a lot of successful people are successful. Everyone that succeeds in the goal is successful. Success means different thing to different people, a different person. But everyone that wants to achieve something is you need to know who you are surrounded by, and if those people, if those surroundings are supportive of you, or because it's energy, isn't it? So talk to people who you know they're going to support you, and maybe you're going to support them, and make yourself accountable. You know, make yourself accountable, like, yes, I'm going to do this, and they will cheer you up, or they'll say, well, you know, what are you going to do that for, or how are you going to do this and that. You can see straight away the energy that changes. So you need to choose who you are surrounded by. And I know it's not easy, because, you know, we can't choose our family, we can't choose our, but do make sure that you are surrounded by people that will support you, and you will support them on your journey to do what you want to do.
And maybe even get a buddy, you know, like someone who wants to walk the same path, and you know that they kind of would do with support as well. I mean, I wonderfully, I just today actually in the morning I asked my good friend, and I said I'm going to do little changes in my eating lifestyle from as a New Year resolution. So yes, I have some as well. Zuzka will tell us hers as well. And you know, she said to me, yes, Louise, I will go with you to do that first daunting big shopping, you know, before you start. And it was so nice, because, you know, let's make it fun as well, not just you know, this major thing that we can commit to.
Exactly.
Like, let's make it
It's a journey. It's a journey, and find the joy in it. That's the main thing. If you enjoy it, then it's more likely that you're going to succeed. And if you don't enjoy part of the journey, it doesn't, as we know, some of the bits are not going to be enjoyable and are going to be hard. But then, you know, it's fine. Then have something that will comfort you, or something that someone will tell you, okay, don't worry, tomorrow is another day, or the day after is another day. Just keep going, you know, give yourself a break. It's fine. Just keep going.
Another thing that I would suggest, what I suggest my clients as well, that I do it myself, before you embark on this journey, what helps me, like practical things, is that I always write a list of things first, that what does it cost me if I keep on doing what I'm doing, whatever is that, or not doing what I, you know, exercising or whatever. What will it cost me if I change nothing about this? And be very honest with yourself, and write it all down, and go deep, and make it big, make it dramatic, because the chances are, guys, that we are all getting older, and, you know, a little bit wrinkly, and you know, metabolism slows down, and all those things. I mean, you know, most of you who are watching us are probably in a similar age, around 40, in our 40s, I'm guessing, right? And the chances are that, you know, if we don't change anything, things are only going to get a little bit worse. I don't want to scare you. I mean, this is positive motivation. I'm trying to make it positive, but, you know, like, it's important to, what I'm trying to say is important to be real with yourself, and a little bit, you know, see the dark side of things,
of course,
to a little bit, like, to give you kick in the butt, you know. I think that's a really good to do it in a healthy way, though, not to the degree that you will get, oh fuck this, I mean, sorry. But
sometimes,
you know, like,
that helps when you have like a wake up dream, like, wow, if I don't stop this, it's
but
so
I'm
scary,
saying it very gently,
you know,
because
if I
sometimes
don't stop.
Sorry, Susie. I'm just saying it very gently, because what I don't want people to do is, like, you know, I had a guy who, I heard about the guy who had a diabetes, and he was, you know, smoking 40 a day, and he's been told that if he will keep on going, he will has his leg amputated. That's how bad, you know, like, and he came back home, and he said, well, I'm going to lose my leg anyway, I might as well have a fag. You know what I mean? Like, when it gets too much, it's not motivating anymore. So I'm saying this very gently.
So there's two ways that, I mean, you can, two ways, obviously. There is that the side that is like, well, if I don't do this, where am I going to end up? Where is it going to take me? But if I change it, where can I be in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years time? You know, how is life going to change for me? How am
Yeah.
I going to feel? Are the surroundings going to be about around me? You know, do I have family? Do I have children? Is it showing my children something that you can actually do this? And it doesn't have to be about children, it can be about you, you know, where I can go, okay, so if I change it now, then, you know, I would be able to be going for walks that I enjoy and love, or I would be able to do the gardening or whatever you like,
How am I
whatever
going to
that
feel?
value is.
How I'm going to feel in the morning when I wake up in the morning. And this is literally, so do the first page or 5 pages with what is it going to cost you if you change nothing, and then make a clear cut, and on a completely new page you write down, you know, what is possible for me, how I'm going to feel, what is going to be possible in my life, you know, how my energy is going to change, what is it going to mean for my children, you know, what kind of example they will have from me, what you know, how will be my sex life, I don't know, like, do you know what I mean? So do that. And also Zuzka and I, we love vision boards, right? So I would definitely suggest you to do vision board. But guys, if for those of you, because I know a lot of you, maybe some of you who've been who are watching, they even done some programs with me and done the vision boards. So in case you have done the some vision boards before, what I suggest you to do is, if you are inspired to create a new vision board because your old one is not really resonating with you. By the way, if your vision board doesn't inspire you anymore, if you don't look at it and think about it like, how, you know, if it doesn't move you anymore, like emotionally, create a new one. Okay, if you look at it and you go like Susanna and I on our old vision boards, like, oh my god, this already happened, and you know, sometimes it happened to us, right? I shared with you as well about my birds, and
and it's nice to
it already
check
happened.
it, obviously, and I tick what's already happened on the vision board, and it could take a few years. So you could have one vision board for 2 years, but like you say, some of the things have already happened, and you come to the vision board and it's not doing anything to you because you know, subconsciously, you know, it's already happened. So carry on, you create a new one.
Or, you know, your values, your life changes so much sometimes that your old vision board is not actually what you want anymore. There is another priorities, there is another thing that inspires you, maybe your career change, so it's not relevant anymore. But what I'm trying to say, when you do feel inspired by doing new vision board, do it from nothing. Like, I mean nothing. So as much as you can, like, just empty whatever you had in your past vision board or whatever you wished for in the past. One way I love to do it is to just get a lots of magazines. I know we don't have so many magazines anymore in our households, but borrow it from friends or something and just scroll through. And it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. As long as that picture, that visual, that something makes sense to you and it evokes some kind of, this how I would like to feel. It's not so much about what you would like to have.
No, sometimes you see a picture and it inspires you and you feel like, wow, if you are drawn to that picture or to that word, so put it on your vision board. And then it's amazing to see a year or 2 years later, it's like, this actually happened. We had that conversation. Like, I don't know why I put this on the vision board, but do you know what? It did happen, and it is completely aligned with you because it's coming from inside of you, from your feelings, from your joy, from your soul. Your soul is not gonna fool you, you know. So create it from that space.
I just want to say, when we are on that, I just quickly say, we've been laughing with Susanna because a few months ago, I've got that vision board over here, but anyway, I can put it in a comment. But one of the pictures on my vision board is like two andoki, I don't know how you say that, two little birds. Budgies, two budgies, and they're holding like wedding ring or engagement ring together. But again, it wasn't like I want to have a birds. It was it was like for me it evoked like me and my husband, we are like together in a union, and you know, we are both kind of, I don't know how to explain. You see, this is
represented your relationship with your husband,
yes,
right? Yeah.
that we are both like kind of in unity together and pulling together, like, you know, like that. You see, sometimes you don't even know how to explain it with words, but you know what it means to. That's
Yes.
important.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a good example actually.
Mm.
And do you know what, guys? I'm laughing because I now have exactly the same. I mean, there I've got those two birds in a cage, and I was like, it's only my nanny when she was cleaning. It's like, oh my god, like, did you want these birds? Or like, why do you have a picture of your birds here? And I was like, oh my god. But do you know what is great? Yes, I do have physically my birds, but also I have that with my husband as well.
Yeah.
So isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. It's beautiful, and it's that constant reminder. I mean, I like to explain things. I always tell to my clients and people I work with, I like to explain things how it works subconsciously, because having those birds, whether they're live or on your picture, they represent your relationship. They represent the unity, the strength in your relationship.
Yes.
And you have, you know, your husband is not with you all the time, is it? So it kind of, it's the link, and through them you see your relationship and you feel closer. And it's amazing how we can't explain it, but I do, you know, I've got psychology background, so I like to, it's not a coincidence that I like to know how it works. We can't always explain it, obviously, but it's interesting. It's very fascinating. I did share with you mine. I had on my vision board, I had a wolf, like you know, in on the hill, and I was fascinated by that. And I like animals. I like nature, but I was fascinated by that. And then when we talked a few weeks ago, I was like, do you know what? I got a book from one of the ladies in my in yoga, and she just gave me the book. She said, I finished with this book, I think you would like this. And the picture was on the picture, not exactly the same, but very similar picture was on the cover of the book. It's like, well, you know, it's manifestation. This is what, yeah, obviously she's going to give it to me because I like that sort of thing. And people connect with that. They connect with the energy, with the soul, and it's manifestation in the best, isn't it? And you don't even know why it happens, but the universe can put all of those things together to make it work for you. So yes, the vision boards are great.
Great. And let's we have a few more minutes, and maybe it would be worth, and please guys, you know, share with us as well. I would love to hear. Let's maybe spend a little moment, just talk about if there is anything, how we can still increase the chances that it's going to work and it's going to work well, or, you know, vice versa, you know, like what are not to do's, what are the, you know, what would help if we don't do when we is there anything else? I'm just trying to think. I was just looking here as well on these tips. We've been talking about small steps, about compassion, about planning, about yeah, and maybe it's good to also, I like this one as well, like if you have made a resolutions in the past and it didn't work, it's really good to actually have a look and reflect on that.
Yeah.
You know, and say, and be honest with yourself, and maybe you have a conversation with your friend or coach if you have, or someone, and, you know, talk about like, why do you think it didn't work? Was it, and don't just brush it off by, oh, I didn't have a discipline, but, you know, go deeper than that, like why you didn't have a discipline, you know, and not in a way to punish yourself or to bring back your past failures. No, it's about us to look at maybe what was missing,
Yeah.
because being aware of what you may be more about actually where we didn't succeed, having more awareness about the process of how it happened, it will give you knowledge and much more you will be able to do it much more consciously and avoid those things in a very conscious way. And also, I guess one thing that I would say that I like to do even with my people and myself, in terms of, I think, majority of New Year's resolutions and that people normally set, is that a lot of times we are going on a surface. We've been talking about habits and habitual things. Yes, that's absolutely very valid. But one thing that people forget, and not many people are talking about, and I dare to say that it needs some kind of deeper support, which can coach, therapist, or good professional provide, is when we look at deeper. So if someone is, if you have, let's put an example, we started with that, like if someone is eating emotionally, if you're an emotional eater, is, yes, you can go and do the willpower and say, I want to chocolate, no chocolate, no chocolate, no chocolate. And you can even do 80-20 and go for some time with 80-20 and go, no chocolate, willpower. But unless, I dare to say, and I do this with my clients, and I like to go deeper, and I know you too as well, Susie, unless you know what is behind eating chocolate, what is really chocolate giving you, is a void, is something that is missing in your life. It might be frustration about your husband, it might be unfulfilled purpose in life. Maybe you don't have a purpose in life, so you are eating chocolate. At least it will make you feel a little bit better, because chocolate is a good example, gives you just some kind of endorphins that, for a little moment, right? Sugar high. It is something missing when we are doing something that is destructive towards us, whatever in excess, or something like this. There is usually something behind it, and unless we find out, the true transformation will never happen. We can keep on going for some time with willpower, we can create a new habit, but that rooted cause of the very thing, that how it all started, if it's never going to be unresolved, and you are not going to get conscious about where did it all started, I dare to say the true transformation is not going to happen. And what I call true transformation, because that's what I like rather than talking about change, is when you are going, passing the fridge 50 times a day, but suddenly and quite unexpectedly, because all this work, transformational work you've done on yourself, you suddenly fancy strawberries. And that's, for me, that's the kind of work that I like to do with my people. That's kind of miracles that some people call it, and I call it as well, because it is a miracle.
It is a miracle, and it happens within.
Exactly.
It happens within. We can do all of these things, like you said, are on the surface, and there is lots of things that we can do and help us to get where we want to be. But if it's something holding us back that is within, we only go so far. Only so far. We won't go past that point, like you said, transformational breakthrough point, where you know that you don't really want to eat that chocolate or that cake, you want to eat strawberries. It happens within, and that is a deep work, deep need to dig deep to get to that. Absolutely. Let us know, guys. Have you had that in your life where it happened, where you had that transformation, or that a breakthrough, when you really wanted to achieve something, and then when you really looked in, and then it is like a miracle, but it is a miracle within you,
Yeah.
because yeah.
And it comes like the way my people talk about it is like, and it's not just New Year's resolutions. It's like that person used to trigger me, and I felt nothing this time. Like I can totally be with that person, and my colleague or someone, and I'm fine. And it's because of this. And it takes something. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's wonderful, and I absolutely love it. So, sorry, Susie, you wanted to say something.
No, absolutely, I agree with you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it is like you said, nothing that is really like the goals and the resolutions is a long term. So it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen. Same with the transformation or breakthrough. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, sometimes painful, but most of the time painful on different levels. But the end result is a long-lasting, empowering, and it's just worth going through.
Yes, completely.
Because you're doing it for yourself. That's it.
Completely. So anyway, I'm just looking at the time, and I want to respect your time and time of my nanny who is with my kids. So let's just wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed this time with us. Keep on writing. I know a lot of you are watching us still from a replay. We'll be here actually next week, Susie, right? Again.
Yes, next week.
We will be streaming in Slovak next week, and it will be all about Christmas, because it's only just over 1 week till we have a Christmas here. It's going to be very free, but keep on commenting on this streaming. Let us know what are your New Year's resolutions. If you're watching us from replay, keep on commenting as well, because we will read all your comments, and we'll be commenting, and let's create some banter here. Let's create some energy, and maybe you will even find friends who will support you or who will have a similar goals, and you can buddy up. I mean, let's make this fun, and hopefully this streaming can even serve for that purpose. And in the meantime, I mean, for me, Susie, thinking about New Year's resolutions, they might work, they might not. What do we know? But when I'm thinking the whatever way I look at it, as long as we kind of follow these little rules that we maybe shared, like compassion and stepping stones, and 80-20, and all these little things that we mentioned, I don't think you can go so wrong with it.
Wrong, exactly.
It will definitely, whether you will succeed 100% and get to that 57 kilos ideal weight, or whether you will just go on to 65 and you will lose 6 kilos, or whatever it is, right? Whatever you have, I think it's always step towards something positive. And I think that's maybe what is wonderful about any resolutions or any change or any transformation, that as long as we are interested to look towards the what else is possible for me in my life, how I can be more vital, energetic, healthier, happier, my relationships being fulfilled, and I mean,
it's about the journey.
Yeah,
it's about the journey, because as we know, the journey is long. So it's about the journey, but as soon as we reach that goal, we're like, yes, pat on our back, what's next? It's not the end result, it's the journey, isn't it? So make it enjoyable, and along the journey, of course, we grow, we learn from mistakes or mishaps, and that's all part of it. It's all part of it, like you said. It's inspiring. What else can I do? How can I make it enjoyable? How can I learn from this? Or let's just have a good old cry, and tomorrow is another day, because we all need that. So it's about the journey.
And you know what? Sometimes we don't even go yes. We just go, okay, next. You know, that's the thing. So please, guys, do go and celebrate. Not just don't wait for end result, that ideal thing. Please don't punish yourself for, just celebrate the stepping
Every
stones.
step, every
Teach your
step.
brain that it's
Yeah.
okay to succeed with these little stepping stone celebrations. And for those of you ladies who would like to take on something like yoga or something that is going to do good for you, we will be also running we have a sales on this program till the end of December, so I will be posting a little comment below if you want to hop on and find out a little bit more. It's specifically designed for women. It's 7 modules program. It's a beautiful program. We've been running it for 6 years now, so I have lots of great testimonials about it, and we like to do it just once a year. So till December, this program is yours for like £57. It's like nothing. It's nothing. And the first 10 of you will have a free discovery session, complimentary discovery session, 45 minutes with me, like 10 people. I don't know what I'm going to fit you in, but I will in January. So
You
hop
can do
on.
it.
I send the comments underneath. Zuzi, do you have anything? Sorry, I didn't mention anything, but would you like to mention anything?
I have a great, that's what I get feedback. I have a good goal setting workbook that you can, and it's not just about goals, it's about the whole life. So everything that we mentioned today is there. And I also have a nice list of my top 35 tips how to achieve goals your own way that are aligned with you. So I've got that. I can email that to you. I can, if you send me an email or, give me your email address, I can email it to you, and you can get it in there. So yeah, that's what I've got right now happening.
Very good. And next week we will have, because it's Christmas, we are going to bring some more stuff for you, right? We have some gifts for you, so we will look forward to next week as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Zuzi, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you enjoyed our little festive pullovers.
Yeah, next week we continue with our festive theme, and please guys, wear your festive jumpers and whatever you have, and send us photos.
Yes, and maybe you can even join us on a camera next week. Yeah, let's make it fun. Who knows what we can do together. Let's have fun. Thank you so much, and have a great what we have it, how it's called in English, fourth
Friday, isn't
fourth
it?
Advent Sunday we have.
Yes.
So it's
coming
Sunday. So light up that 4th candle, because next week is Christmas.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.